My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Jacob and I are going to break down the new UFC 279 fight card. We've got our bets in. We have a new main, a new co-main, a new feature fight. This entire card looks very different, and so do our bets, and so does this video. My quality is probably lagging, but we're in a time crunch here to get this up and running. Before we jump in, don't forget, become a premium member. All of these bets that we're about to walk through are up and have been up for a little while now. And some of these lines started moving very, very quickly. And that's why you become a premium member, to get ahead of these bets. WeWantPicks.com. At the top, click become a member. It's literally $10 a month. It's a joke. $2.50 a week. Access to every single one of our bets the minute we place them. Even on ridiculous fight cards like this one, when things get switcherooed at the last minute. And if you want 50 free bucks, WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit, and I'll send you 50 bucks. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. Jakey boy, I have only got 2 new bets, but let me just walk through all of them very quickly. I've got that money line bet on Hakeem Dawodu. I got him at minus 220. That flexed up. So I got ahead of the line there, but he missed weight, and he did not look fantastic. So that's not a bet that I would have placed if I was doing it today, right? We place our bets early, and part of the risk there is shit happens at weigh-ins. I got Darian Weeks at minus 134. I think he finally has a favorable matchup in the UFC. I think his takedown defense is phenomenal, and he can showcase his grappling against another grappler. Then I got 2 underdogs here. I have Chad Anheliger at plus 148. That has now come down. I just think his power is impressive, and the fact that he doesn't care if he's taken down means everything, because he has been taken down 9 times in 2 fights, but he gets up, he starts swinging, he sticks to his game plan, and he's still getting those wins. I think he'll be the better striker. I think he will hit harder. I'm positive he'll get taken down, and I'm almost positive it's not going to matter. So only a half a unit on him. And then we got Macy Chesson at plus 178. That has went down to plus 145, so I might have gotten that at the peak. And Macy is long as hell, tall as hell. She has very good rangy striking, and now we know she has grappling as well. She just beat Norma Dumont, or no, her last opponent, with 6 takedowns. I expect her to work in some grappling here as well. So I like Macy to get this done, half a unit there. Now we have our 2 new bets. Daniel Rodriguez is now facing Jing Lang Lee. Daniel Rodriguez should be the far better striker. He's not going to have the power. Jing Lang's the one with the power. But Daniel Rodriguez should be the much better, more technical striker. And he'll be the bigger fighter, because he had catch weight of 180. So Jing Lang just agreed to go up in weight, I guess, 10-pound difference there. So I like Daniel Rodriguez to get this done. I think he's going to dance away with a decision win. And I got him at minus 150. And then Tony Ferguson, I like Tony in this matchup. And obviously I was very against Tony when he was fighting Jing Lang. And most of the reason was that Tony was so viciously knocked out in his last fight. But Diaz doesn't really have any power. Obviously, he rocked Leon Edwards in that last fight in the 5th round, but he doesn't really have any power. So I think Tony Ferguson, who won the first round against Michael Chandler, is going to come out here, stay busy, come forward, and you know those Diaz brothers cut up, start bleeding bad, and I think Tony Ferguson can get it done, and I think it's just going to be, you know, those slicing elbows, the inside grinding fight game. He might even work in some takedowns, because as we mentioned, he was a college wrestler, and that might have been his plan against Jin Lang, considering Jin Lang has power. And then finally, this bet was already up. I have the prop bet Almeida and Turkalj under 1.5 rounds at minus 155. I think there's just levels to this, and I think Almeida's on a completely different level. And then premium members, we have updated our safety parlay. So this is a members only parlay. We have updated it. 2 legs is minus 220. The 3-legger is minus 130, and the 4-legger is plus 174. I'm very, very confident in the 2 and the 3. The 4, obviously, I'm confident in as well. I put it up there, but you know, frankly, this week I would stick to 2 and 3, even though last week that all 4 have cashed. WeWantPicks.com. At the top, click become a member. It is only $10. You hit one of these freaking bets, you're good, man. Year's worth of membership covered. Jakey boy, you got a lot of red going on here. What did you change?
Yeah, so a lot of mine did drop, so I had to go back in and update. And some of these were actually placed after I saw the weigh-ins and then the ceremonial weigh-ins as well. I took that in consideration while I was placing them. Went ahead, since we were updating the slide, placed some more. So the first is lock of the week is Dennis. Doesn't change. I know I had a lot of messages like, who's lock of the week now? Who's lock of the week now? Because I think a lot of people thought that D-Rod was my lock of the week. D-Rod was never my lock of the week. Lock of the week doesn't change. Dennis gets it done. I feel very confident. This is probably the week that I'm going to miss because I literally am very, very confident in this matchup. I have no worries about Jamie Pickett, not a super dangerous guy. So we'll see what happens. Still got my 4 units on that. Next, I'm opposite you in this matchup. I think it's a pick 'em fight, so I took the dog money. This is flexed all over the place. This was a plus 120 open, went all the way to plus 150. All the way back down to like plus 100 for Nate. I got him at plus 130. I feel good about it. Tony obviously is the favorite in this matchup. He probably should be. I don't disagree with that. But he was training. This is up in weight for him. More of a natural weight class. But still, he hasn't fought here in a long time. Was training for more of a 3-round fight. Not saying he doesn't have the cardio to go 5 rounds. But, Nate is Mr. 5 rounds. You see what he does to people over 5 rounds. So I just have a feeling that Nate rejuvenized, right? And Tony as well. Both these guys came in probably thinking they were going to lose. Tony's not thinking he's going to lose, but Nate was kind of like, screw it. I'm probably going to lose this fight. Both rejuvenized over 5 rounds. I got to go with Nate in this matchup. I'm rooting for him. I'm not rooting against Tony, but I'm rooting for him in this matchup. Big opportunity for him. The Jan Walker stays the same. Nothing changed on that. The new fight, one of the new bets for the new fights is Tony most takedowns. And I think this actually moved to plus 200. I'm surprised it was even plus money at all because of the two people, Tony is the wrestler. And I know he hasn't really used his wrestling, but you never really see Nate shooting takedowns, right? Maybe if he's getting hurt or something, it might be a weird scramble. But if anything, and as Angel mentioned, maybe Tony already had a wrestling game plan versus Lee. Now he can implement it versus somebody that's very easy to take down. And Nate, I couldn't believe it was plus money. I put 2 units at plus 250. Again, that is plus 200 now, I believe. Moving quickly. Hakeem, already touched on this in the last video. Don't feel great about it, and I actually hedged it with the last bet you'll see on here that I'll get to. Minus 3.5 points. He's got to win 30-27 on all 3 judges' scorecards. Didn't look great. Even his energy at the ceremony weigh-ins, I can't tell if he's like super focused in or if he just like tuned out completely. So it's going to be one or the other. I don't feel great about this. I wish I didn't place it, but it was placed earlier in the week, so here it is. Full exposure, full transparency, I should say. Wolf inside the distance decision, no action. Wolf is huge. I didn't realize how big she is, towering over Norma Dumont. And remember, Norma Dumont is not a wrestler. She can get takedowns, but she is not a wrestler. Wolf has had 2 years to figure out how to defend takedowns. And if she can defend a couple takedowns, she's big, looks jacked, looks fantastic. She's going to be the better striker in this matchup, especially the better striker at least. Or at least the better boxer, I should say. So inside the distance, decision, no action, I think she can survive. Even if it goes to the ground, those 2 years. But she should have the power advantage. I got the decision, no action, plus 250. Only put a unit on it. Same thing for Jing Lang here. He has the power in this matchup versus D-Rod. My pick is D-Rod. He should be the better striker. But he's probably going to win a decision if he wins. Lee is very, very tough as well. But the power advantage is in Lee. So I got to go and put some money on inside the distance decision, no action. I put 3 units on it at even money plus 100 because I think this is either a D-Rod decision or a Lee knockout. So I'm either going to get my money back if a decision, or if he finds that KO, I'm going to win some big money on that 3 units. Same thing for Rosa here. Don't like the energy, the missing weight from Hakeem, so I kind of hedged my Hakeem bet a little bit. If he wins a full decision, 30-27, I'm going to win that bet, and I'm going to get my money back on this bet. But if Arosa comes in, looks great, wears him down, turns into that Arosa dog of a fight, wins inside the distance, plus 170 on that. I think that's fantastic odds. I put 2.5 units to win 4.2 units on that. So those are my new bets. A lot happening. This card actually, all these changes got me a lot more excited for this card. So we'll see what happens, and I'm excited now.
Yeah,
and I'll be live. I'll be live tomorrow night, pre-fight live to tune in, and then for the prelims and everything. So.
Yeah, the what was interesting is the original fight card, only the main event was the only interesting fight on that entire card. Now we have 3 interesting fights. So they definitely, the switcheroos worked out nicely. I like all of your new bets except the Wolf one, because I do think Wolf can get finished. I think if she gets on the ground, we don't know how capable she is or is not. That's the only one I don't really agree with.
Yeah,
but
my only thing there is I just think that she can defend the takedowns. But I agree, and that's why I only put a unit on it as well.
Yeah, sure. Guys, those are our updated bets for UFC 279. And if you were a premium member, you saw these. Granted, a couple of hours, so not a ton of salesmanship there. But the reality is we're putting our bets up the minute we place them. We have exclusive bets and all sorts of other tools, tips, and tricks for you, like a fantasy optimizer. Go to WeWantPicks.com. At the top, click Become a Member. It is $10 a month. Not only does it support us, but it gives you incredible value. We are the only people in this space on this planet offering what we offer for $10 a month. Period. End of story. Everybody else is charging 10 for bets, 10 for the fantasy, another 10 for this, 75 for everything. No. $10 for everything. We're never touching that price point. WeWantPicks.com. At the top, click Become a Member.